almost like they couldn't decide, and somebody said, let's just throw it all in there. But as crazy as it sounds, it's actually pretty tasty. Black Forest ham, Genoa salami, pepperoni, smoked turkey, provolone, and cheddar cheese, all on the softest bread on the planet. So the next time you're out and about, make it a fresh Dagwood sandwich from Dandy, and do it today.
Attention, architects, engineers, and property managers, give your concrete structures new life with some CPR. CPR Contracting doesn't patch your concrete problems, it solves them. CPR restores and protects all concrete structures. So if the building is 1 story or 40 high, a bridge 1 mile or 10 miles long, CPR is long on the experience to fix it right. Local, licensed, insured, bonded, and drug-free. CPR is the concrete contractor you need to get to know. Also working with other general contractors. Find them at cprcontracting.com.
Getting you ready for the game. Pre-Game Friday, brought to you by MyBookie on 1010XL.
The Jaguars are poised for a great season, so why chance missing a minute of it stuck in traffic or trying to find a parking space near the stadium? Let the JTA Game Day Express get you to and from the game fast and issue-free. Tickets start at just $8 on the free MyJTA mobile app. Express shuttles run from 5 convenient locations throughout Jacksonville. Remember, if it's Jaguars football, it's the JTA Game Day Express.
JTA Game Day Express is sponsored in part by Whataburger and 1010XL.
Peace of mind. It's one of the most important things we can have, and sometimes the most elusive. I'm Eli Anajar from the law offices of Anajar and Levine. Driving our Florida streets may be pleasant, but not always safe. A lot of drivers are not insured or do not have coverage to compensate you if you've been injured in an accident. If you've been involved in an accident, call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
Office in Jacksonville.
The flagship station of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
The members of Local 234, plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians have been helping build Jacksonville for 118 years. They've built the offices where you work, the power plants that light our city, and the hospitals where your children were born. Local 234 would like to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving and thank you to all the members and contractors for their continued support and partnership. Local 234, make the right connection.
Looking for a holiday gift? Give your man increased stamina and staying power. Magaman makes the perfect stocking stuffer. BOGO for new customers. Buy now at mymagaman.com. That's mymagaman.com.
This is your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update brought to you by Trustline Mortgage. I'm Taylor Dahl for 1010XL. After Jacoby Brissett was injured a couple weeks ago and missed last week versus the Dolphins, Colts struggled offensively, giving Miami their second win of the season. While Brissett was back at practice this week and is set to play on Sunday, defensive coordinator Todd Wash spoke to media yesterday about his thoughts on Brissett.
Jacoby is very, very accurate. He makes good decisions. He knows where the ball is going pre-snap, which you can tell that's a quarterback in this league. But he really makes the offense go with his consistency and his accuracy.
Injury report shows Jaguars continue close to full strength as the team in entirety practiced in some magnitude yesterday. Safety Ronnie Harrison and tight end Seth DeValve added to the report as limited, along with Brandon Linder, Cam Robinson, and Calais Campbell. 61 degrees at 7:02. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air Conditioning. Stay cooler with Bueller.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
I'm impressed so far with the social media gang. The race to get a hot take on the Myles Garrett has still not found us with anybody of any significance somehow claiming that what Garrett did was okay. That's coming. Some moron is going to say that it was justified in some way or the other. So just an ugly scene last night in the National Football League, and Myles Garrett will now be known for this for his entire career. I mean, I don't care if he go to a million Pro Bowls, be a triple MVP. Myles Garrett's the guy who tried to kill somebody on the field, and he's lucky. He wasn't aiming. If he hits him with the crown of the helmet, then we could have even a bigger tragedy. So I imagine the NFL's reaction is going to be swift. It certainly should be, and I would expect it to be long running. It certainly should be that as well.
Please put your hands together as Dan Hicken enters the studio.
It's Friday, gotta get down on Friday. Everybody's looking for
You know it! Sweet Friday! With a motion, please. Hey! Ho! I had nothing from Taylor Dawson. Barely anything from Jeff Prosser. Beef, this is why the two of us have bonded together through the years. The screaming, the yelling, the passion, the fervor that we bring. Yeah! I got Tater over there
I'm sorry,
texting.
I was reading something.
I mean, in her little Blackhawks get up. Very sweet, by the way. Very nice. I like that.
Thank you.
Who's that? Kane?
Bold choice with 88 there.
Yeah.
We already argued this morning.
You okay with her being a Blackhawks fan, Beef?
I just think it's very bold her wearing that guy.
Why?
You know his checkered past.
Anyway, good to be here. Excited to be here on a sweet Friday. It's raining out.
Is it still raining?
Has it been raining like all night?
Yeah, it was pouring on me the whole way.
It is like flooded out there.
Yeah,
I took a rap for it.
It's time for that time-tested and overworn radio cliche that you get when you click it on in the morning, but today it actually applies. Give yourselves a few extra minutes getting into work today, because
it
really
is
does. Slower and slipperier and all that good stuff.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah, it's nasty out there, friends. Nasty. Hopefully it blows on out.
When did you become so soft, man? Myles Garrett, what did he do? What's the big deal?
Oh, there you go. The hot take.
I mean,
yeah.
Rudolph instigated it.
Yeah, sure he did.
I mean, he started it.
Uh-huh.
Myles finished it.
Yeah. I think Marquise Pouncey should provide the punishment for Myles Garrett. Give him about 10 minutes for that joker.
It's a violent game, man.
Deion said Marquise Pouncey shouldn't get a second of suspension.
Huh?
Shouldn't get a second of suspension.
Let me put it this way. I was not surprised in the least that Marquise Pouncey was the first one there.
Well, in this case, I'm glad he was.
Yeah, that's not good. Bad look.
Pitiful.
Listen, I didn't know that Greg Williams is still coaching in Cleveland.
Yeah. No. Oh, no. He's with the Jets. Oh, you're talking about, because
that is
past?
the dirtiest. The helmet to helmets,
Yeah, they were bad last time.
undisciplined.
Yeah.
The Browns are a mess. Listen, they have the easy schedule here to climb back into it. And once again, they've shot themselves in the foot. They're going to lose their best player for a long period of time. Now, it's interesting how this has changed, and maybe it's because he connected with said helmet. But a few years ago in the preseason, Antonio Smith of the Texans, I believe was his name, got Incognito's helmet and took a big swing at Richie. And he missed him. And I haven't seen the video, but I was reading about it. And Richie, Antonio Smith, that's his name, right? That was this guy's name with the Texans?
He got a 6-game, I want to say, or
no,
three game?
The rest of the preseason and the opener.
Yeah.
That was it.
Maybe it's kind of who you're swinging it at there.
That's what I'm wondering.
Yeah.
Or connecting. The outrage from last night, and it's from the NFL players, so it's not like we didn't play the game.
Yeah. It's real.
Yeah, so
you can't do that.
No.
And by the way,
against the law.
Yeah, and it should also be stricter. The NFL has told every player in the league that quarterbacks are more important people than they are. Mm-hmm. Not just players, Dan. People. They protect their health more than any other player. Yeah. So if you're going to swing a helmet at a quarterback, the protected people of the NFL, then that should mean more.
Well, so the general thought, at least early, and the NFL's listening, right? Everybody's getting a kind of what they think. And the general thought seems to be the rest of the year.
I watched the video of the Smith thing.
Yeah.
It was right
not
after
near as bad.
He's blocking him, and it's like a half-hearted underhand swing because his helmet came off of his hand.
This wasn't like the intense,
This wasn't
I
like
want to
he
kill
swung
you
a
with this
club at him.
helmet. Like Myles Garrett did. Myles Garrett, by the way, has had some issues also already this year.
On the field, yeah.
So that doesn't help his
$40,000 fine for earlier this year. He had an agreement with, an incident in the Monday Night Football game against the Jets.
Yeah, so, and the dumbest thing, because Myles Garrett is a terrific football player, by the way, and is like the best player on the Browns, quite honestly. But the dumbest thing of all is there's 5 seconds left of the game. The game's over.
It's over. I tell you, after watching that, Dan, I think I was driving in. One thing that kind of simmered on me is, to be honest with you, I'm surprised it hasn't happened already. Then, I mean, if it can happen like that easy, that quick, in a game that's decided, this is a big, rough, tough, aggressive, physical, type A, testosterone-fueled game where hurt feelings and bad,
violent
bad
game.
moods.
And that's why it's interesting that even the players who play this violent game have come out and spoken against Myles Garrett and expect him to be suspended for a lengthy period of time. If they don't, then let's just let them go and kill each other out there.
I don't think it'll just be
we'll
the
go
season.
gladiator on it.
I really think should be 16 games. You should be banned from the league until this time next year. I think that's fair, and I think that's what should happen. This is way above anything that ever happens.
Well, we got a lot to do today because we have that. Obviously, we'll talk about this at length. The Jags are going on the road to Indianapolis in their most important game of the year. And by the way, I asked boys in the poll question of the day presented by Lock Law DUI and Criminal Defense. Know before you blow. Call Lee Lock at 858-9818. What will happen Sunday? Will we get 3 TD passes from Foles? Will the defense step up and sack Jacoby Brissett 8 to 10 times?
That's not happening. They've only given up 14 all year.
Will they score at least 25 points, or will we watch Adam Vinatieri miss a big kick?
Did we have this question already?
No.
Is this a repeat? Okay.
No repeats. No repeats ever.
Could you go back through the polls for the last, 10 days?
He's never asked that
Never.
ever
Thank you,
in
Pete.
history.
I would. What were my options again?
The boys like scoring at least 25 points right now. That's your
Yeah,
early
that's not. No,
You can vote at Dan Hicken.
I'm not going with that one.
Why wouldn't you go with that one? You've been saying all week that the Jags are going to be much better offensively.
Yeah. Well,
Not 25 points good, though.
Colts have a pretty good defense. It's on the road. I mean, you can be better offensively and score 20 or 24.
There's another issue. I texted with Murph yesterday about this Astros thing. It's a big deal, and we talked about it off air a little bit, and we'll get into it. Trying to guess the repercussions in that is going to be interesting too, because listen, man, stealing signs that way is a tremendous advantage, and really is the MVP of the 2017 Houston Astros World Championship is a little camera in center field.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's like we said yesterday, Dan, and I phrased it to Hick this way. When I talked to him, I said, Dan, if the Braves and Mets played 162 games, and my guys knew every pitch that was coming, and your guys didn't, we'd win 130 games.
Yeah.
It's that big of a competitive advantage.
Well, Murph said significantly. He'd hit significantly better if he knew what pitches were coming.
Absolutely.
He said, considering I spent so much time studying the pitchers to try to find out if they're throwing a fastball or a changeup, looking for any little thing. Oh, okay, that tips me off. That means he's throwing a fastball. It tells you what we're trying to do. So, what in a major league game at that level, those good of hitters to have that kind of advantage is
well,
incredible.
The deep state's going at them now too, because they're pulling up, they're logging every Astros game, listening to every bit of audio. And there were 2 points in the 2017 World Series against the Dodgers where you hear and then the ball leaves the ball yard. And it's unfair.
It's unfair.
And I, in fact, and we'll go later on this, but spoiler alert, I would vacate the title. I'd vacate it.
Yeah.
It's not fair that the Dodgers in the World Series don't know the pitches and the Astros do. It's that big of a I wouldn't give it to L.A. I wouldn't give it to anyone else. But I would just say 2017 had no champion.
And lastly, in Dan time for one sweet night at MSG, rains and chants of KP sucks raining down.
They killed him.
And go back to Latvia. It was all-timer. Sorry, Junie Bug. It was all-timer at the Garden last night, though. There was the Atlanta Hawks gave Mike Scott a tribute video. The Spurs gave Kawhi Leonard a tribute video.
I don't think we gave Mike Scott a
You
tribute.
did.
I don't think
you
we
did.
I don't think
I confirmed it.
I don't think
the Atlanta Hawks gave Mike Scott a tribute video, ladies and gentlemen.
No.
In New York.
He left under a drug trial. The cloud of a drug trial.
I'm just telling you, I read it. When you return to the Garden,
that was their tribute.
The 3.5 year, after 3.5 years of playing for the Knickerbockers and not wanting to be there, it was not a tribute video.
Text line's confused though.
What are they confused about?
Well, they're confused. I mean, Knicks. You talk Rangers usually.
Yeah, they got hammered. That's from Mr. 10, who is in the brown water. I mean, I must have got 40 texts from this idiot last night. And I'm like, I'm grinding on the Gators in Towson, and he's like, we got a 5 spot. And they had 4. He's drunk. I don't know where he is. He's somewhere in the USA, and he's got issues. And I'm fine with him poking fun, and congratulations to the Lightning. They beat the Rangers. Yes, Beef.
I mean, this numbnuts is texting me, telling me to pull up audio clues. Like, what do you think? I'm with you with the Lightning, you dumbass?
I mean, what is he doing?
I'm not on your side.
What's happened to him? I mean, I mean, these are the kinds of things that damage friendships. I don't understand what he's trying to do. We've had such a good run together, but it may be coming to an end.
I hate to see that happen.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but enough
Dining
of him.
alone at Papacito's next time you go to Houston.
Yeah, I won't call him. I call him.
All right, well, the Gator basketball team nearly made history for the other team, so we'll approach that and more with the 10-minute drill coming up next. We also have the Friday 5-pack at the bottom of the hour.
Oh, yeah.
And because you guys said it was so culturally significant, and because it was just, I mean, you're really just out there in your own world if you haven't seen Frozen. I did watch Frozen yesterday. Beef, it wasn't exactly what I thought. So I'll give you my own little
we got a movie
review
on
that.
Frozen coming
up.
up.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
It wasn't what I thought at all.
Let it go.
In fact,
let it go.
And I never heard the song. It was weird. So
Do you want to build a snowman?
Yeah, we'll do that next.
Hold up.
We'll do 10-minute drill next. Maybe 8 o'clock I'll give the little review
it's a tease.
of Frozen. I don't know. We can do it next. If you ask the question in the 10-minute drill, it'll be next.
Now, Downtime with Dan on 1010XL. Brought to you by Ameris Bank. Our look is changing, but our commitment to you remains fierce. Learn more at amerisbank.com/new look.
All right, Jags, there's nothing left we can do. It's go time. You're 4-5. The Steelers just teed you one up. They got